Yes, welcome to the next episode,
Episode number 5.
number 5 again.
If all episodes will be launched in the same order we record them, I think so.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
All right. This podcast, this episode will be about trust,
Mm-hmm.
consistency, I think, the importance of a coach. Let's just get into the first question, and then we'll go from there. So this is more for beginners, I think, for people that are starting out, trying to launch an online business or maybe
Mm-hmm.
another business, any business. And the first question is, how do I know what strategy actually works?
And then it's important to realize that if you want to start anything, you need a strategy, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you want to begin or start a barbershop, you have to come up with a plan and a strategy. And then is the question, how do I find the right strategy? Because there are so many possibilities. And what's your opinion about this?
I think what you're saying is very correct. First, you need to know that you need a strategy.
Mhm.
I think there's still some people that want to be rich and
Mhm.
don't have a strategy and just do whatever crosses their path,
Mhm.
which is, if I look back in my own life, I also kind of did this a couple times where I just tried a couple things because I know that, I didn't know, but I thought it was very likely it would be a way to get rich. So for
Mhm.
example, I think it's fun to share. This was when I was 18, I think. When I think around 18 years old, I got into poker.
Mhm.
And poker is actually a way to get rich. I'm not sure if it's the best way, and right now, with the knowledge I have now, it's probably not what I would spend my time on, even though I think it's a very fun game and I still
Mhm.
enjoy poker, but I still enjoy watching poker as well. But back then, it was I sort of I don't even remember like how I got into it, but I
Mhm.
always knew that I was always like looking for ways to get rich. Not always, but like I think everyone wants to be rich deep down. Maybe not everyone, but most
Mhm.
people. So, and I always knew that it's never going to be a normal job. So whenever there was something that I thought of that I could make money from, then I would try it. Often not very long, because then I was bored and
Mhm.
crawled back into my comfort zone very quickly.
Mhm.
But I think it's very good to first realize that you need a strategy, because
Mhm.
when I did the poker, of course, with the poker, I had a strategy and I was learning and I was actually looking. And I think I could have been successful in poker if I would have paid some more attention to strategy and
Mm.
less on playing the game. Because
Okay. Yes.
like if you
Yes.
spend more time on learning about strategy, especially in poker, you're going to be a lot better in the start, especially than just playing the game and trying to figure out the right strategy your own
Mhm.
way. And
Mhm.
that's a very important realization. I think a lot of people actually don't even realize this, because and I think poker is actually a very good example. If you're going to play poker, if you would play poker, I don't know if you have a lot of do you have a lot of experience in poker?
Nope, I don't have.
Okay, so if you would play poker against some pro,
Mhm.
then you could have luck, but you're probably going to lose. Like if you play 5 games, you
Mhm.
might win 2 just because of luck.
Mhm.
You might even win 3 just because of luck. If you're going to play 100 games, you're probably going to lose at least 70% of the time.
Mhm.
And often people think of poker as a gambling thing, but it's actually just math. So because you don't have the strategy, right?
Mhm.
If you have the strategy, then you're going to be a lot better, and you're going to beat everyone that doesn't have the strategy. And then you can make money from the people that don't have a strategy. But the people that don't have a strategy usually use a low budget, so you can only make money up to a certain point. That's kind of how poker works.
Mhm.
The better you get at it, the higher the stakes, the more you make. And if you would, instead of just start playing the game and trying to figure out the strategy on your own, which is going to be very hard because you have to come up with all different kind of math equations and I don't know, like strategies that's very hard to come up with your own. If you would instead spend that time learning and reading about the game, reading about these strategies, maybe even buying a course, finding a coach, then you would be, I think, at least like 10 times as good.
Okay. Nice.
And I think that is already very important, like the fact that you need a strategy. So like it's easy to think that like people probably understand you need a strategy. I think a lot of people don't even realize this.
Yes.
And this is the same in business. And like the question, how do I know what strategy actually works? So if you realize that you need a strategy, then of course there are different strategies. So now let's go back to business. So if you want to start an online business, how do I know which strategy works? From all the business models that are being taught from all these different gurus, they probably all work. Like so far, I haven't really found a guru that that's not just obviously a scam, and I can't even think of a scammer right now, but like SMMA, dropshipping, Amazon, YouTube cash cow, like crypto, NFTs. I know from all these different business models, I know people that made money from this. So they all work. But of course, maybe not every strategy works. But then still, I think if you go to buy a course from someone, if you stick to that strategy, you will get success to some degree.
So a better question is to ask to yourself is, what is the best strategy for me?
Yeah, and maybe the best strategy in general. But I like, of course, because from all these different business models and then all these different gurus having different strategies on these business models, of course, some are better than others. And some you can make more money with and some you can make faster money with. And then really the question is, what do I want? Do I just want to make money fast? Do I want to build something for the long term? So then maybe, like you're saying, like what's the best strategy for me? But just if you want to start out and you want purely just to make enough money so you can quit your job that you hate, then all these strategies works. And I think it's more important, like not necessarily to look at what is the best strategy, but how do I build routines, habits, beliefs, so I can actually do this and put in the effort to make it work.
Yes, true. And what come up to my mind is that you have three parts or three spots. Is the first one is where am I at this moment and what drives me at this moment. So maybe it's a vision, like I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want to be happy, I want to be surrounded with family, I want to be free, everything. And then you need to have a feeling, like one, the vision, two, the feeling, or the other way around, and then be within the steps to get there. So step one, know what you want. Step two is feel it also inside, and step three is the strategy that comes to get there. So it's important to know that this is also part of the strategy, to know where you are and what energy is within you, and where are you going. And when you know what you want eventually, then you can find a better strategy. Because I always say in my calls, what is it that you want? Is it that you want to build a castle? Do you want to build a palace? Or do you just want a house? Or doesn't it matter for you? And do you want to be happy because you have a dog and just a little place, but surrounded with all the people that you love. When you know that, if you want to build a palace, then you need then it's wise to use another strategy. And if you just want to build something that is totally different, then you will probably choose something else. So that's my take.
I think also what you said about feeling, I think this is what most people will tell you. Just find a strategy that works from someone that you trust. Like whatever resonates with you and you have the best feeling with, just go with that. And then just trust that it's going to work. Because if you trust the person that's teaching you or the strategy that is teaching you, then you also trust that it's going to work automatically. So just find something that you trust can work. If you don't trust any of these gurus, which I understand, like most people don't trust it. It's like this in this world, it's being advertised as a scam mostly, like by governments and whatever. But like if you don't even believe that like any of these things are true, then or maybe don't even try, because it's not going to work if you don't believe that it's going to work, if you don't believe that it's possible, if you don't trust the process, or just try to educate yourself, maybe even a little bit more, do some more research. For example, if a guru is showing results of his students, if you really don't trust it, just try to reach out to these people. Try to reach out to these students. Try to get in contact with them. I know that people have done this. I know a lot of people have started a business because of me, because they know me, because they know, all right, Thomas is showing these results. I know him. He's not going to lie about this. Now I know it works. So just try to find someone that you can trust. Find something that you can trust. And if you don't trust anything right now, just do some research. Try to reach out to people that are in the courses, in the programs, that are students that are doing this, and try to get some validation. Some people some people are just more cautious than other people, and some people just need some more evidence that it can work. And if you are one of those people, instead of just like going around talking to everyone that it's impossible and it's just a scam, blah blah blah, just do your research first and really know for yourself that it really doesn't work. And until you're 100% sure that it doesn't work, like if you're 100% sure it doesn't work, which cannot be the case because I know it does work, but if somehow magically you still think that you know 100% sure, then you can say and tell everyone else it's not working. But if you don't have the evidence it's not working, then like don't like, first make sure that you trust it. And I think that's very important. And then just follow the strategy and then you'll get there. Let's go to next question.
Yes.
Or have you anything else to add?
No, it is great. I like this.
All right. Next question. I'm constantly trying to try different business models. How do I stick to one? This is the business model hopper.
All right. Just pick one. Just pick one. And it's very hard, and this is very easy to say, but sometimes you just have to say it how it is. Just pick one, and sometimes it's good to give yourself time to try it. Give it a chance, and take at least 6 months, even better a year, to try something out, fully focused, fully committed, with faith and trust. And afterward you can say, all right, this doesn't work, and hopefully you learn a lot from it. So I think it's important to acknowledge or be aware that doing this business or something, that the process itself is already the way. So maybe it seems it doesn't seem to work, it's still you are still building something. You are building yourself to be an online entrepreneur or something like that. So just try it and commit to one thing, or no, just one thing. Maybe something that is helping, but the best thing is to do just one thing, and give yourself and the strategy that you chose the time to
Make it work.
make it work.
I think I have a very interesting theory about what you said about you're already building the person. Before I get into that, like, very easily just recognize and just recognize the fact that if you're going to constantly switch business models, it's not going to work at all. So just realize that should probably solve it. Like, I'm telling you now, if you're constantly trying different things, if in the past year of you trying to become an online entrepreneur, if you've been trying at least 3 different business models, it's not going to work. So just that realization alone should, like, quit you or help you stop changing business models. But then there's an interesting theory I have, and that is all the energy that you put into trying to set up a business or trying to reach a goal helps you to get there. So even, like you're saying, if you've spent a year trying to set up a business and it's not working and you're going to try something completely different, that year that you have put in the effort, that energy that you have put in, it's going to come out, and it's going to help you achieve it through another way faster.
Yes, true.
That's a theory I have, and it's a theory I really believe in. I think if you've been constantly working on something and putting energy into something, at some point it's going to pay off, and it's different for everyone when that point will be.
Yes, right. All right. So,
but at the same time, don't constantly switch. Like, stick to one for at least 6 months, and 6 months is even short. Like, we are spoiled. Like, we just want everything so fast.
Yes,
while you should realize how lucky you are that that there are people that can be successful in 6 months. Because 100 years ago, this was like a lot harder to make. The amount of money people are making right now in 6 months, and the amount of risks, like, you can start a business now with very little risk and be very successful in a short period. And when people see others being successful in like 3 months, and then they don't achieve the same results in 3 months, they're already like down already. Like, but 3 months is nothing. Like, take a year at least to try something, and then you can, like, decide if it's working or not.
True. Nice.
And even for people that are doing something, I know people that, for example, started dropshipping and took them over a year to get their first results, first profits. So even a year is still, I think, a short time.
So, and it's also important, what is your goal? What's your reason? What's your intention to start with business? Because is it that you just want to learn? Is it that you want to make money? Is it something else? Is it just expand your knowledge? Then it's another. Then it's something else.
I think you really can't lose. Like, if you start and try something, you really can't lose. Like, even if you've been spending a year on something that turned out to not work for anyone at all. So let's say right now there's a new business model, flipping couches, and there's some guru telling you that you can make $1 million every day from flipping couches. I'm just coming up with something. And then after a year of trying, it happened that he was just a scammer and it's not working at all. Like, this business model doesn't even exist. Then even then, I think in that year you've learned so many different things. You're probably still winning, and you're probably still growing and learning new things. And I think all the effort you put in, it is going to contribute to your success in some way. Like there's no losing here, and the only losing is if you do not stick to one and stick in and stay stuck in the cycle of trying to find the next quick fix, because that's basically what's happening. People that are constantly switching, they're just looking for the get rich quick method, the instant gratification in a form of business, and it's not the quick fix methods and the instant gratification. It's never all the short term methods and decisions are never a good decision.
Yes, true. I agree.
Of course, if there's opportunity, right, and for example, NFTs in the past years, like if you were doing something else and you quit it to go all in on NFTs, which I know people have done and make a lot of money from, that's a different thing. If there's an opportunity that does work, which is only in a small period, then of course you can decide to go all in. But then still, like, that's still short term. And even the people that made a lot of money from this, they didn't build anything in that time. So you can still argue if it's a good decision to put your energy there, but that's maybe a little bit different. But that's like, those are often like people that recognize the opportunities. But there's also people that got into NFTs and they lost a lot of money because they want to get that quick fix. So that's a bad decision based on the instant gratification.
So what's your goal? Because if you want to build something, if you want to just what we said at the beginning, if you want to build a castle or a palace, then you need to build something sustainable. And if you just want to build a quick house of wood,
and you have to realize for yourself, do you want to, like, if you're doing it for the money and you want a quick fix, do you want to be rich only now or for the rest of your life?
Indeed, and that's a question you have to answer for yourself.
I think anyone wants to, of course, build something for a longer time.
Yes, that's what I also thinking.
Makes sense. Let's do one more question.
Yes, let's do that.
When should I let go of a strategy and try something new?
When isn't haven't we answered that already?
Well, the previous questions were like kind of the opposite. Like, what is the right strategy? This is more like, maybe if you have been trying something and it's not working, when do I decide to quit it and try something new?
So I think it's important to make a decision with yourself. When do I find it right to stop? Maybe a year, that's what we said before. Or maybe you have created another deadline for yourself, or to be sure that you won't get a burnout or something. And when the stress is too high or something like that.
Yeah, I think you have to set sort of rules for yourself. You give yourself deadlines in different areas, so time, but also stress, like, which you unconsciously probably also already kind of have, because no one wants to like do something for a very long time they don't enjoy. So I think you kind of already have this, but just have rules for yourself. All right, I'm going to try this for, I think a lot of people use 1 year. Me too. When I started, I said to myself, right, I give myself 1 year. If it's not working in 1 year, I'll go back to school. I do not recommend to give up. So I think the question is very good. When do I try something new? Like, don't have the option of quitting, but just trying something new if something doesn't work. But I'd say just give yourself 1 year of trying, and have these kinds of rules also in different areas. So next to time, also stress, I don't know, your norms and values, whatever they are. And if you cross any of these, then you just quit and try something new. So if you have crossed 1 year, you've been trying, it's not working, try something new. If you have too much stress, quit, try something new.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think, you really have to decide for yourself.
Yes. So that's very easy, very
Yeah.
easy and question and answer.
All right. I think we have a couple minutes left.
Mhm.
Maybe let's save some questions for future episodes.
Yes. And once again, if you have a question, just ask them through Discord,
Discord, Instagram,
Instagram,
YouTube comments,
YouTube,
anywhere,
comments.
anywhere where we will read it.
Yes. And everything is.
Yeah, you can ask anything.
You can ask anything.
All right. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. And good luck with your strategies.
See you later.